Look at that. Getting in there. It's not very big.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 65 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Chrissy Griff.
And Chicka J Money.
Hello to all the newer listeners out there.
Yeah, we have some new listeners coming in.
We got to the same old crew. How you guys doing? Good to talk to you too. You are so vain.
Sorry, I saw it in the screen. I was like, that looks pretty good.
We're joined by J Money and Narcissus.
Got the titties
hey guys,
out.
just talking. Just. Wow, okay.
Yeah, just kidding.
That last one. Damn, the traps are big.
Yeah, I have big traps.
I like when dudes go work out because they always tell themselves that they're working out for girls. You're not.
No, you're not. You're working out for yourself and your boys.
And other dudes. Like, that's the whole reason why people work out is for the validation of other men.
Yeah, I know that for a fact because when I'm like strong but still chubby and comfy, that is definitely when my girlfriend loves me most.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You just gotta be, well, first you gotta be funny, and there's no gym for that.
Yeah, there's no gym for funniness except for the comedy club.
Except for the comedy. And then there's some reading you can do to be funny. Listening to the Reasonable Doubt podcast and stealing our jokes.
That does happen. That does happen. A lot of people quote us, which I find hilarious.
I know.
If we're out talking to people and someone will drop something and I'm like, I know that from somewhere. And they're like, that's what you said.
Remember what you said on episode 35? No.
No, I don't.
Not at all.
Please tell me. Feel free to it. Free field.
If you give me the first half, I could probably finish it, but I don't know.
Remember when you and Josh were talking about kittens? Like, nope.
No, not at all. How you doing? How's your week been?
It has been full.
Yeah, you're in the thick of it.
I am in the thick of it. I had a day to myself today, which was pretty good. I played basketball, went shopping, bought a pair of LeBron 7s, Witness 7s.
That's because he's a size 7.
No, I'm size 12.
Yeah, sure, he's size 7. You got little feet.
Aren't we both size 12?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Which is, you wouldn't think it if you looked at us side by side.
Standing side by side. Yeah.
I got disproportionate feet.
Yeah, you have big ass feet.
I do, which sucks because it makes some types of shoes look stupid.
Yeah, like, you look fine in normal shoes, but like some Vans, like some skinny Vans.
Yeah.
Then it looks like you have clown feet.
Yeah.
You got big ass feet.
Or the one time I was like I hear good things about Bloodstones. Mm-hmm. Like those boots. I was like, maybe I'll check them out. No, they're like crazy. They're so wide.
Yeah.
I look like I got duck feet.
Yeah, it's part of the reason, like, I kind of go the opposite way. I can't wear I look kind of dumb in, like, little Vans. Because I'm so big over top of them.
Yeah, like high-top Vans you could probably
High-top Vans don't look too bad. But, yeah, a lot of them, they look too small.
Yeah.
So I wear a lot of boots or, like, ball shoes.
Yeah. Dudes like you also can't wear, like, skinny jeans.
No. You can, but then you look like Despicable Me.
Yeah, his name's Gru. You can call him Gru.
Gru, is that his
that's
name?
His name. Yeah. You do look like Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Or, like, not you, but dudes built like you and then built like you, but more so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then they put on, especially if they got a big gut on them.
Big gut on them, so they wear, like, a triple XL hoodie and skinny jeans.
Yeah, and it's like, that's not your look. It's not the look you want.
You're built like the pin in Google Maps.
It just accentuates it, and it's not. You don't want that. It does.
You're built like an upside down triangle, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, we measured Christian's bra size last night.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
46A.
Yeah, one of my favorite bartenders grabbed just a mitt full of titty yesterday across the bar.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have like boobs. You're just barrel chested.
Yeah, I'm very barrel. I do have little titties going on, but not like I've noticed. I see some guys who have like tits.
Yeah.
And they have like tits, like they're saggy titties.
Yeah.
Mine's sag if I'm like bent over like this, but otherwise it's just like
you just have chest. And
I just have like, a big ass chest.
What do they call it when you like start? It's like a thing that people get if they're on like growth hormones and stuff.
Oh, gynecomastia.
Yeah. You don't have like that.
I might have some gyno going on.
Yeah?
Probably a little bit.
Get that removed, right?
Yeah, you can. I'm not at the point of like removal though. I think I'm at the point of like chemical removal.
Oh, okay.
Where you like drop the estrogen substantially.
Yeah.
And then they'll kind of go away.
Okay.
You can deal with it chemically through like
if it's
meds.
like not too far gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That way you don't have to do surgery.
Sorry, I meant to come in hot today.
On what?
Milk.
Speaking of being large chested. Yes, I do love milk.
Yeah, speaking of milk, Ben Christian over in like a tin bucket. I'm gonna put a poll up under this episode. If you're listening on Spotify, please vote. Christian will drink a full glass of milk unaccompanied by anything else.
Yeah, I love milk.
But he will pair it with foods like lasagna and spaghetti.
Yeah, lasagna, spaghetti, or like lasagna and garlic bread with cheese and milk. And a glass of milk is so good. And then you take a nap.
Dude, it's just a recipe to shit yourself.
It doesn't make me shit myself at all.
I don't understand how.
I think
the thought of like a big belly of lasagna, because like if I eat lasagna, I'm fucking.
Yeah, you're fucking up. That's what I do, but
I'm eating like a half portion more than I really should.
Yes,
like to the point where it's like food's not even in my stomach anymore; it's just stacking in my esophagus, like waiting its turn.
That's like me at all you can eat sushi.
Oh,
I go and I'm like, I should probably stop now, and I'm like, but it's expensive. I gotta eat more.
You drink milk there too?
No, not with sushi.
Oh, that's where we cross the line. Milk and fish, can't do that.
No.
But milk and spaghetti.
Yeah, that's great.
Man, it's just like you get all the spaghetti sauce.
You clean it up with some milk. Why don't you like milk? What's your thing?
It feels gross.
Josh said to me last night that milk is meant to be had before 10 a.m. in coffee.
Yeah, like I'll drink milk in coffee. I'll say before noon.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And that only children should have milk.
You played Skyrim. What's one of the insults in that game?
What?
Milk drinker.
Do they say that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, insinuating you're like a little baby.
I love drinking milk. Milk is delicious. Man.
No, it's really not.
Milk's so tasty. My favorite milk, I'll drink 3.25%. Like
that
full milk,
baby.
like homo milk. Yeah, I love it. Or unpasteurized. If I can get my hands on unpasteurized off some Mennonites or something.
Yeah,
that's the good shit.
I know, but
it's like
sketchy,
cream almost. Whatever. Yeah.
Not the fact that it's unpasteurized. I can deal with that. But
what is the pasteurization process? Them boiling it, right?
From what I understand, I could be wrong here.
Okay.
So it's like a really, really quick, like flash cook.
Where they boil it quick.
Yeah, but I don't think it ever reaches a boiling point because that would cause it to separate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So to traditionally boil the milk, like on a burner or whatever, would slowly bring all the milk up to that temperature, and then you've got separation and whatever, and you lose water and whatever. But what I'm pretty sure it does is it's piped through like really thin lines. And then it's like really flash hot and then flash cold right away. So the heat will kill all the bacteria in it without like letting the milk come.
What's the fear of this bacteria though?
It's just like any sort of animal product. Like it's because you have to have things pasteurized to be sold in grocery stores or restaurants, or like if you're advertising it as safe to eat.
Yeah.
Like I can't sell a steak that has never touched a grill. You know what I mean?
It's strange to me because I like my steak blue.
Yeah, but blue is fine.
Blue is hard to get off people though because they always want it rare. Cooks always want to cook it at least a rare, and it's like, no, I want you like 30 seconds, flip 30 seconds, stand it up on the end, the end, and it's done.
Yeah, because beef is a denser muscle.
Yeah.
So the only bacteria you worry about is on surfaces.
Yeah.
That's why you can eat beef like pretty raw.
But you're not supposed to eat ground beef because they grind it into
Because
it.
they grind it. The surface.
See, but same thing with ground
I
beef
know.
burgers. I always cook them pink.
Yeah, I know. I go medium or medium rare on
Yeah.
burgers. I just risk it.
Yeah, I just
Because
risk
it's
it.
better.
It's way
better. But like, cooks don't like cooking steaks to blue usually because it takes fucking forever. Because you really have to make sure that the entire steak is at room temperature
And then
all
you
the way
flash
through.
it.
Because if it's cold at all, it's going to get gross if
Yeah.
you cook it blue.
Yeah.
Right? That's what people like assume, like, oh, you're eating it blue, that's gross, because they assume you're taking it out of the fridge and like slapping it on a pan.
No,
right
you
away.
gotta leave.
You gotta leave it out for like half an hour.
I've done it before with ribeyes at home in like a cast iron.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll get the cast iron like smoking hot.
Yeah.
And then I tuck it on one side of the pan.
Yeah.
Like leave that steak out for like maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper it, but leave it sitting for like 4 hours. And I put it on one side of the pan, and I flip it over to the other hot side of the pan.
Yeah.
And it's done.
Yeah.
And I'm maybe 30 seconds on either side.
It's like, it's just a different way of cooking it. You don't, like, and a lot of people just don't trust that they're able to do it safely, so they don't.
It's weird.
Like, you never want to make anybody sick, right? Like,
Yeah.
No one wants that, so.
Fair enough.
I got a recipe for you for steak, actually, that you'd probably like. You
Yeah.
ever heard of a milk steak?
Are you fucking with me?
No, you just boil it in milk. Have you ever?
Hey, fuck
People,
off.
no, people do this.
You boil a steak in milk?
Yeah, I don't
Why?
know why. It actually seems kind of fucked up when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's all from the same animal. Like,
Well, so is we do that with eggs and chicken all the time,
oh
right?
yeah, I guess, or like a
Yeah.
buttermilk fried
yeah,
chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Man, I love fried chicken.
I love fried chicken. I love it. Is probably it's probably like top 3 favorite foods for me is fried chicken.
Yeah, for sure.
Fried chicken, love it.
Like if you get like really really good fried chicken, not just like a freezer tender,
Yeah,
but oh man,
I've gotten really really good at frying chicken in my life because I
Yeah.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm at the point now where I like do it with a Cajun rub.
yeah,
I like egg wash it, goes in the flour, then I let it rest for about an hour
yeah,
in the fridge on a pan. Egg wash it again,
yeah,
flour again, and then hit the oil. And I gotta have the oil like bubbling hot.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know something I've found before the second like flour. Get some of the egg wash and mix it in with the flour so it's like a little chunky.
Yeah.
That's how you get the like really
The
good
pieces.
bits.
Yeah, yeah.
The bits of just batter stuck to shit.
The other thing I do is instead of buying pieces of chicken, I'll buy a whole chicken
Yeah.
and I do it myself.
Yeah.
And then I leave all the fat
That's
on.
just the smart way to eat chicken.
Yeah,
Because
there's
chicken's so fucking expensive.
No, the best way to do chicken is just buy the whole fucking thing.
Buy the whole thing and
They
take
go
it
on
apart.
sale for like $7 for a chicken. Just buy a whole chicken.
It's a lot easier than you think.
Yeah, I got
Take a
2
chicken.
chickens in my freezer right now.
Yeah. And then you can boil the carcass into broth and stock and stuff.
Yep.
It's great.
It's perfect.
It's fantastic. It's what your grandparents did.
Yep.
They didn't go buy boneless, skinless chicken breasts, pumped full of water.
Yeah, in 20 packs? That's insane.
Yeah. Have you ever seen American chicken breast?
No.
It's like the cheapest. Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Just one? Okay, just one. That like chicken's their cheap protein.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Much less regulation on it. There you go. Get it in you.
Why is it so cheap?
Because their farms are just
They just don't give
they're
a
just
fuck.
anarchy. They don't give a fuck. They cram those birds in there.
We do it here too. We're pretty
But-
clean about it. They have to get super sterilized. And my buddy of mine's a chicken farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much worse in the States. He'll probably tell you that.
Yeah, he
But-
probably would.
You can go to Walmart and get like 25 chicken breasts for $10 and like just like a bag.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I went down, I was in Kentucky, and beef. You can get an enormous amount of flank steak for like $10.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
You can get really good deals on beef here if you don't buy if you go to like butcher shops though.
oh, instead of
Just ask for like offcuts.
yeah. Yeah, and you just stew it.
You just stew it.
Or braise it. It's awesome.
Braise it, or you can like marinate it for a couple days and it'll soften it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just know what you're doing.
Yeah,
Like
you
a
got-
ribeye is going to be expensive anywhere you buy a ribeye.
Yeah, you got to know how to cook steak, I find, is the big thing.
Yeah, and then like grains and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you cut with or against the grain really changes it.
Yeah, I always, if I'm buying, especially like flank steak,
Yeah.
when it comes out in that thin piece where it's like running with the grain, right?
Yeah.
I always beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, I
I'll
do that too.
marinate it, pull it out, and beat the living shit out of it, and
Yeah, yeah.
then cook it.
Yeah, for sure.
Way
Damn,
better.
I love how like 1 in 3 episodes we just talk about food. And,
Yeah,
like,
it's
just,
great.
Like just get all fat about it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love fried chicken.
I love fried chicken. I do. Buttermilk makes a fucking world of a difference.
Yeah.
Buttermilk fried chicken it's supreme.
It is
Supreme.
It is supreme.
All right, let's.
You're gonna make me buy fried chicken. I've got one note for this episode, and I don't remember writing it down, so
Okay.
I'm hoping you were there when I wrote it down. Stiff Griff the Biff 95. What was that about? What is
You
Stiff
thought
Griff the
you
Biff?
thought that was my SoundCloud.
Yeah. So Christian does have a SoundCloud. It's up somewhere.
I don't even remember what it was called, but I know it's out there.
I'm sure if everyone puts their heads together, we can figure this one
Yeah,
out.
my buddy who listens to this podcast all the time, he was saying that he can't remember what it was called, but he knows he's listened to it.
Fuck. I
Yeah.
want to know. Do you rap?
It was a rap. It was a rap.
Was there
I
one-
made a beat. I made a beat and then rapped over it.
Oh my god, rapper producer?
Yes, yeah, it was
Like
fucking
Kanye?
great. Kanye. That was my goal. That was my dream as a child.
You would have been Paul Wall before Paul Wall.
Who's Paul Wall?
Paul Wall? Grills?
No, don't know him.
You know Paul Wall.
I don't know Paul
Drive
Wall.
slow?
No,
Come on. Sitting sideways?
no.
You know Paul Wall.
I don't know Paul Wall.
Don't make me do this.
I'm going to. I've been saying this. I'm gonna buy a laptop and start doing it again.
You're gonna start making beats?
Yeah, I love making beats. No, don't know it.
Hold on, I gotta
Oh,
find
I
it.
know this song.
Yeah, well, it's a Kanye song, but he's on it.
We shouldn't play this on here
Why?
because there's copyright laws.
Ah, we're fine. It's under 10 seconds.
Is it 10 or 7?
Don't make me a grill. You know?
No,
No, he was the first white boy to get grills.
really.
Yeah, you know Paul Wall.
I don't know it.
Yeah.
The Leafs won.
The Leafs won the first playoff series since 03?
04.
04.
Yeah.
So before half of our listeners were alive.
Yeah, and you know what? What's going to be really crazy is when they win the cup.
Yeah.
When they win the cup.
When they win the cup.
When they win
Bold
the cup.
prediction.
I think they're going to win.
Yeah?
I
Well,
think
they're fired up now.
They're fired up. As long as they didn't go out and get hammered.
They did. They so did.
I know, but it's going to fuck them up.
Look at Austin Matthews.
Remember-
You know how much you could put up those nostrils?
Yeah, that's true.
That guy's
But-
a vacuum. Look at him.
But you remember the Jays last year?
Oh, they got super fucked up because they made the wild
They
card.
made the wild card, and then they went out and got trashed, and then lost horribly. Got destroyed immediately after. I was like, "Yeah, way to go with the hangover, boys! Fucking legends."
Yeah.
Jeez, pissed me
Baseball's a
off.
long game to play hungover.
Yeah, that's not a good time. Why would you risk it?
Yeah.
Just be like, "Yep, sick, we won, and we are going to win the fucking World Series."
Get hammered after you win the World Series.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you get hammered.
That's when you get hammered. Even if you lose, then you get hammered.
But a sad hammered.
Yeah, sad hammered. You don't go out and celebrate a fucking wild card win. That's not cool.
Yeah.
I was mad about it. As soon as I
was
saw
mad
it,
about it.
I saw him partying. Me, and my cousin were sitting at the bar,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, I hope they fucking lose. Look at this shit." Like there was a video of them just getting fucked in the locker room.
Yeah.
He was like, "I hope they lose," and they did, because he's like, "You're celebrating a shitty win.
Yeah.
Like you only won the wild card. That's not. You should have just made it."
That was the expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like.
the one pitcher I'm pretty sure got fined for smoking in the Sky Dome.
Oh really?
Yeah, Romano was like hacking darts on the field.
Holy fuck.
Old school, baby.
Yeah. When was the last time they won the World Series?
94?
Oh, it's been never in our lifetime.
Never.
Wow.
was like
They're doing
93
well this year, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing really well.
Really, really well?
Like, pretty well.
World Series
Like,
well?
top 4 in the league.
That's pretty good.
So far. It's pretty good.
Maybe I'll start watching Jays games on the regular.
Best part is there's one every night.
That's true.
That's the best part.
Do they play every day?
They play about 6 days a week.
The Jays play 6 days a week?
Yeah, sometimes 5.
That's fucking insane.
With travel, dude, it's nuts. It's 162 games a season.
That is absolutely mind-boggling.
I know.
That is so much work.
You got to think about travel and fucking training too. That you got to do.
For me to say that that's a lot of work, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, but you just play baseball. Baseball's fun.
Yeah, true. That's
It's probably the favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I always think that. Like, I kind of wish that I'd been more focused about sports.
Yeah, that's a tough thing when it hits you.
Yeah, when you're like, if I'd been more focused, I could have done well in sports and maybe even just played like at a more competitive amateur league.
Yeah,
for like basketball would have been great.
yeah.
I should have stuck really hard with basketball, and I didn't.
But you talked to 16-year-old Christian. He didn't fucking want that.
I didn't care. I was like,
You
whatever.
wanted to
Now I'm
smoke
like, man, that would
weed.
have
I
been
don't know.
sick.
I don't know what you were doing at 16. I'm assuming smoking weed with your friends.
Yeah, hanging out, skateboarding.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that
I
was
should have
more
been
important.
dedicated to training because I was better. I was better at basketball then than I am now,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well-
I played a lot more.
You were also 16.
Yeah, and had infinite energy.
Infinite energy.
I could
and
sprint.
Recovery.
I will say I'm still really good at like defensively. I'm quite solid, and then I grab rebounds like a motherfucker.
Yeah?
like I love watching guys start to get tired. Nothing gets me. It's like blood in the water for me. I swear to God, when I see guys like starting like, I'll be tired and it perks me up because I like. The ball bounces off and I see it's going and everyone's kind of like dragging ass and I will sprint to grab that fucking ball.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I'm like, it's mine. I want it.
I know. Dude, I love like an offensive rebound. I love it.
Yes. It's amazing. Yeah. Like, I want that fucking ball now and I'm going to put it in the hoop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it makes you feel good.
I'm usually playing center, so I know what you mean.
Man, I usually play like, I don't always play down paint. Because I'm not that big.
No.
Like, I'm big playing with guys who aren't big ball players. But when I play, like, there's a court, I'm not going to say where it is, but there's a court I go and play out with my cousin. And the guys who play there, like, the one dude's brother plays G League.
Okay.
And, like, the guys who play there are, like, big boys, like 6'6".
Yeah.
You know, I'm, like, tower over me. So I'm playing, like, shooting guard. And I'm 6'3". And I'm like, I'm small. And
Yeah.
I'm in there like trying to shove these guys to get in there. They're like some big gangly motherfucker over top of me. I'm like, this is impossible. You gotta like shove them off, step back, and like fade away. It's
Yeah.
the only way you're getting a shot off because they're just so much bigger than me.
Basketball's weird like that when you're talking about just like pickup games.
Yeah.
Because
it depends who you play with.
I see like pickup soccer,
Yeah.
right? And that's just like people,
Yeah.
right? Like pick up baseball games and shit, or like organized like rec league baseball or whatever.
Yeah.
Just people hanging out. I see like pick up basketball games and they look like NBA players.
Yeah. It depends.
It's
There's like guys who will play together and they intentionally don't play with other guys because they're all like 5'10". You know what I mean?
Okay.
Somewhere 5'10" to 6 foot. And then there's guys who are like will play and they go out and they'll just play games wherever in the city
Yeah.
and like play on courts. And these dudes, like, I'm not joking when I say like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
There's
But,
one
like-
guy we played with a bunch of times. He's like 6'9", I think.
Yeah.
Like huge motherfucker. So you guarding him, the only way you're guarding that dude is to grab the ball before he goes up. Like you have to be fast enough to get a palm on the ball as he's going to put it up.
Because once he's up, that's
Once
it.
he's up, you're fucked. Unless you've got some redonkulous vertical where you can stuff him. But there's
remember
no fucking way.
When I was in college, like Fanshawe had a basketball team, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be like shooting around and stuff, and
Yeah.
people would join, like just walk on and like shoot with them.
Yeah.
And they'd play like pickup games and shit.
Yeah.
Man, the amount of shit talk.
Oh yeah.
It is crazy.
Ball. The one.
There's like another layer to like pick up basketball games. I don't know what it is.
It's basketball culture.
Is it ego?
Yes, it's basketball culture as a whole. Like people don't understand if you don't play basketball. It's like, Why go to the court dressed all nice? Why do your shoes have to be like so fresh?
Yeah, you gotta like. You
have
don't
to
wear your shoes to the court.
No,
you change them.
You
there.
change at the court. Your
Yeah.
basketball shoes are for on a court. That's it.
And you like rock up wearing sunglasses inside, like your hood up, and then the headphones on top of the hood.
Yeah,
it's like, man,
you have to be like that. Good dudes who come in and look like some regular dude just out to be active. You're gonna get crushed unless you're fucking wicked at basketball. You're gonna get crushed.
Yeah,
like ball players have a lot of attitude.
Yeah,
a lot of it pisses me off sometimes.
What happens
like,
if you just show up in like an NBA jersey?
Oh, you'll
get clowned on.
Yeah.
It depends. Show up in like it depends. Full Celtics fit.
Oh, like people would destroy you. They especially like you go up if you fucking miss a shot or someone steals a ball from you.
Yeah, you
are getting roasted for the rest of the day. Like, every time you grab the ball, they'll be like, "Here comes Ray Allen after the injury." And you're like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut up, man. Shut up. I'm good." Yeah,
you should really lean into it.
I love basketball. It's my favorite game. It's my favorite. No, I'm not gonna wear it.
You should wear a do-rag.
No.
Ask for a wave check.
Man, the only thing I'm kind of worried about because I've got these LeBrons is if you're wearing like.
Yeah, you're wearing a player's shoes. Yeah, that's pretty close to wearing a LeBron jersey, I would say.
Yeah, if you're wearing, like, branded shoes, like, if you show up in fresh Kyries or fucking some Kobe's or something, people expect a lot of you. Like, if you're going to show up wearing $240 basketball shoes, you better fucking play like you have $240 basketball shoes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, people are going to be like, would your mom buy those for you?
Well, who else?
What are you talking? Who else was going to buy me them?
I have a job. I play pickup basketball all day.
Yeah, you got to be fucking good. You got to be good.
I know it's funny. Like in the rec league, like softball, I see people get clowned on. Just like not like this. They get lightly roasted for wearing baseball pants. Like if you wear baseball pants or batting gloves, when you're batting, you get laughed at.
Dude, I remember watching because my dad was really, really good at, like, he loves ball. Yeah. Like, slow pitch and stuff. Loves it. So he'd go out and he'd wear, like, full uniform, right? Yeah. And guys would be like, oh, here comes old man, all in his uniform. And then he'd just crush them. Yeah. And it'd go from shit talking to, like, dead silence. He'd, like, hit a line drive like straight out past the fucking pitcher. They don't see it coming. It's gone. Yeah. There's no one to grab it. It's just straight out like flat, like a laser.
It's weird. Slow pitch like hits. Because sometimes they'll go
because you can't just fucking you can't just hit home runs all day.
No. There's a limit.
There's a limit. So he'd wait. And then guys would be like shit talking. He'd throw one of those lasers out. And then he's like, yeah, where's the fucking shit talk now? Like, like walking it out to first base. Like, where's the shit talk now, bitch? Like, yeah, shut the fuck up. So funny.
I like being competitive. Yeah. It's like a big thing for me.
It's a great time.
If I'm not being competitive about something, it's like sort of boring.
Yeah.
Like, even the podcast, I'm constantly checking numbers and metrics and stuff because I want to be, like, better than other people. I want to be the best. Like, I just want to be great at shit. Yeah. And, like, just doing stuff for fun, like, I'm losing that.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore.
What's fun for me is being better than someone else. That's fun for me. You know what
Dude, I mean? that's the killer instinct, though. That's exactly what
I got the
want.
gorilla mindset.
Yeah, I love it. You know? I love it. There's a reason we do a podcast. Yeah, I love it. There's nothing... It's not that I don't have fun, because I think that's what people think. They think you're not having fun.
No, I am having fun.
I'm having a great time. I just like beating you.
Yeah. You know, like, I'm not having fun unless someone else is, like, having a bad day. That's a joke. But, like, no, for real. I want to win. It does suck, because if I'm not good, it ruins my whole day.
Then you're like, fuck.
Like, if we get, like, low downloads for, like, 3 days in a row, I'm like, damn.
God, yeah. It's
not to guilt anybody, but I'm like constantly looking. I was like, like the analytics are probably just like glitched. Like, we'll make it up for it in the next few days or something.
We've had good days though. We got a lot of new people coming.
Yeah, we got some new people in. I wonder if Spotify like pushed us or something.
I'm hoping. Jerry Springer died.
Yeah. Jerry.
Rip.
Rip Jerry Springer.
I can't.
The only show you could beat someone's ass for real on
a
TV.
show on TV.
Unlike
He is not the father.
like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was like, man, every snow day or like sick day,
Yeah.
and you were just like cooped up in the house. It would be like Night Court, then like not Wheel of Fortune. It'd be like Night Court, then The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Then Jerry Springer, then Maury. Like
yeah, Maury Povich.
Maury Povich.
So good. I love
like
that.
in that order.
Yeah.
Like Night Court was a charming, fine show, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like Bob Barker.
Was
Drew
Night
Carey.
Court real?
What do you mean?
Was it a real court?
No, it was like a syndicated drama show.
Okay.
Or like a comedy show.
What now? Judge Judy's actually a real court, right?
It is, but it's both the plaintiff and the defendant get paid for being there.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's just a small claims court or something like that.
So it's like
not
public
a
info
criminal
anyway.
Yeah, it's not a criminal court.
Yeah, that's
no one
kinda
gets
cool.
charged.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. But dude, Drew Carey or Bob Barker get me hyped up on fucking Price is Right.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
I love
I
Price
love
is
when I
Right.
guess shit spot on.
I know.
When you got like on the dot and you're like, yeah, I'm sick.
My favorite was like they're at the Showcase Showdown, right? Everyone knows the Showcase Showdown. It's
Yeah.
the end of the show where it's,
Yeah.
you're like the last two people there, and they give you it's usually like 20 to 30 grand worth of shit,
Yeah.
right? And you got to guess. And they do this sometimes on The Price is Right. I'm excited. They have this sometimes. They have like the military on, right? You'll
Okay.
see like chunks of like Navy dudes, and they're like Navy blues.
Yeah.
Or they'll have like Army guys, and they're all in their camo. Well, fucking a guy from the Army gets all the way to the Showcase Showdown, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this guy's going to overbid because he's in the fucking Army, and they pay out the ass for everything, right?
Yeah.
They show like 18 grand worth of stuff, and he guesses $85,000.
What?
The Showcase Showdown. If anyone is familiar with The Price is Right, it's never even close to 85 grand. And the thing with it's Price is Right rules, right? You got to guess up to, but not over.
Yeah.
If you're $1 over, you're done.
You're
you just
out,
lose,
yeah.
right? This guy guessed 70, 80 grand for like
Holy
a dune
fuck.
buggy and a fucking
Because they just got
computer.
raped on stuff, man.
Yeah, this guy has no idea.
Yeah,
right?
out of touch with reality.
Like they buy like office chairs for like $2,000 a piece in the Army.
You ever seen the fucking, who is it? Is it Seinfeld or something that goes through the grocery store sometimes online, and he's like shocked at the cost of things. He has no idea.
Jerry Seinfeld?
I think it's Seinfeld, yeah.
Was it really?
That goes through and is like, yeah, he like picks stuff up, and whoever's with him is like, what do you think this is going to be? And he's like, like $4, and they're like $18. He's like, wow, that's ridiculous. Because he just doesn't ever buy it.
Yeah,
He has someone who
guess.
shops for him, right?
I think that might be him, because I think there's a quote where he's like, yeah, like, what's a gallon of milk cost? $20?
Yeah, like he just has no clue. He has no idea. He's like, meh.
Do you ever watch Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it. I
good.
watch it a lot. It's a good show.
I like the one with Matthew Broderick, the guy who plays Ferris
Yeah,
Bueller.
that's
That's
a
a
good
really
one.
good one.
Yeah.
They get like kicked out of a coffee shop because they didn't like call ahead.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
yeah.
we're filming a show. Like, can we come in?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they would have been like, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, no.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, we're not
And it's
doing
funny
this.
because you see on Jerry's face that, like, you can tell he's expecting everyone to be like, oh my god, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Ah! But he just walks in, the barista's like, yo, you can't film me here. Like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, and he's like, oh.
Like, wasn't expecting it. But he also didn't want to drop the, like, you know who I am line. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's an asshole move, right?
Yeah. He tips pretty well, though.
No, of course he does.
Like, he's
like,
got
worth,
tons
like,
of money.
Hundreds of millions
Yeah,
of
like
dollars.
$400 million, something like that.
because he was also a producer on Seinfeld.
Producer, writer, director, and actor.
And I'm pretty sure he was getting like $1 million an episode towards the end.
That's
He
insane.
was the highest paid actor on TV for a while.
That's fucking crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
That's-
that just is astounding. He made such a fortune. Honestly, like Jerry Seinfeld is a massive inspiration for me. It's part of why I
Yeah?
write comedy. Yeah, because
That's why you date like 17-year-old girls when you're 35.
nah, did he do that? Is that his wife?
I don't know if it's his current wife, but when he was 35, he dated a 17-year-old like publicly.
Jesus,
Yeah.
that's fucked. But yeah,
However, on the other hand,
I don't
what's
know.
the deal with that?
I do. he's a big inspiration for like that. If you work hard and you write good comedy and you pitch a show to the right people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it's timing and luck, but that's every success story is timing and luck. But if you like put yourself in the right place and you work hard at your craft and you write and you're a good writer, good comedy writer,
yeah,
you can make a legacy and a fortune of yourself just on writing.
Like Larry David made a shit ton of money on Seinfeld. Too,
same
right?
thing. He never even like did he even ever do stand up? I don't think so.
Larry David, I don't think so.
I think he only ever did like writing.
Yeah.
He just wrote comedy.
We should just write comedy.
I've been saying that. We're gonna do skits. Yeah. Yes, I'm determined that we will put out.
We're gonna get into video production.
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt podcast, short like comedy shorts.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do it. It's my goal for this year to get started.
I like how you do this. You put things out there,
so you have to.
So people keep you honest.
Yeah. Forces you to stay on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's a good thing. I think we're funny. We're good actors. We can do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm acting every day of my life.
Yeah, I've been wearing a mask for 20 years.
I hate all you motherfuckers.
Yeah. I don't take the mask off anymore.
Except the end of the day when I sit in the shower
and cry. So, you ever heard someone say like smoking an L? You want to smoke an L with me?
Smoke a L?
Yeah, you want to smoke an L with me?
No.
You've never heard that?
No.
Okay, I'm sure anyone here who listens to rap has heard an L in reference to a joint or a blunt.
I've never heard an L. I've heard smoke that L pack, which means like take an L.
No. If you're like, oh, you want to smoke an L. You've never heard that?
No.
Okay, well, anyway.
Back in my day, we called it endo.
The L specifically refers to a blunt.
Okay.
So I was like,
I don't smoke blunts.
What is the origin of this? I didn't know it, so I looked it up today. It comes from El Producto.
Oh, was that like stamped on the leaves?
El Producto was the first mainstream blunt wrap ever.
Oh.
Way back before the 80s, before Dutchies and Phillies became popular. They were... El Producto was the brand that you bought blunt wraps for. And so that's why you hear rappers say like smoking an L or whatever. And they're talking about El Producto, the original blunt wrap.
That's a very cool fact.
People try to say it's because they're talking about leaf. It's not. It's a product.
Who says leaf?
People are like, oh, they call it an L because of the
who
leaf.
didn't know what smoking an L was?
Josh.
Dummies?
I can't believe you don't know that.
Swisher Sweets.
Oh, yeah, those old blunt wraps. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, I haven't smoked
Gotta find a girl that smells like old Swisher Sweets and Henny.
Yeah, those are classy broads.
That's a classy broad.
I haven't smoked a blunt in a long time. We should smoke one on the show.
Oh.
We've been saying this, that we should smoke a blunt sometime on the show.
We should get really high.
Yeah, sit here, smoke a blunt, and record
like
for like 2 hours.
We'll like Fear and Loathing it.
Just
just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. We could
get my hands on some ether.
Absinthe. Get absinthe. Get some absinthe brain
ether,
going.
Coke, meth.
Yeah, mescaline.
Mescaline, yeah. Psilocybin.
Yeah. Some LSD.
LSD.
I've used smelling salts before.
They're wild, eh?
Dude, I tried it once when I was in the Navy for I was just lifting and I'd been training really hard. And this guy in the gym was like, "Hey man, you want some smelling salts?" Like I was trying to set a personal record for strict overhead press. And I did. I was like, "Yeah." Like you crack this little thing like it smells horrible.
Yeah, but it like restarts your brain.
Yeah, oh yeah, he fires you up. And I did 135 for 2 reps, strict overhead press.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I've seen motherfuckers do that on bench. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, smelling salts are fucking... It's like... It's really hard to explain, but it's like your brain just like... All the fogginess
is gone.
It's just gone, and you are just like locked in.
You're like... And you're locked into your body. Your whole body's like, I'm paying attention.
Yeah, you feel every tip of your finger.
Yeah, right? I'm paying attention right now.
For the next 45 seconds, I'm in it. You know what I mean?
It's so good.
You see hockey players doing it on the bench.
A lot of
They'll
sports.
like pass the bottle down.
Yeah, and they just give it a sniff. Yeah, before they go on.
Yeah.
A lot of football players too.
Oh yeah, they keep
NFL. It's super common.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's common in sports. Like it's a big thing.
How
right?
close do you think that is to performance enhancing?
I don't know, because that's a really short outcome, right?
Yeah.
Like
I guess
it doesn't do that much long term.
Cocaine's performance enhancing. They determine that, which is also a short outcome.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean?
I don't fucking like to weigh in on this because I personally don't really agree with a lot of the PED argument. Like
I think they should be allowed.
I think they should be allowed, A, and B, I think it's this really dumb gray area where people have this idea that they're like, oh, well, this is a steroid and therefore it's not okay. First of all, like I've said this before on the show, there's no fucking major athlete that you know that's doing well that doesn't take performance-enhancing drugs. It doesn't happen. They just avoid getting caught.
Yeah.
Also, even the guys who aren't doing well, someone's managing their hormonal profile. Even if they're not on performance-enhancing drugs, they still are getting testosterone replacement therapy. They're taking an anastrozole to lower their estrogen.
Yeah.
They take a supplementary amount of human growth hormone, like a physiologic dose. They're taking something for energy. They're taking thyroid medication.
Yeah.
Like to keep their thyroid running high. You know, it's obvious in all sports. You can see when fighters walk in the ring and they're all bug-eyed and shit. It's because someone's jacked up their thyroid med for the last week, so they look like a fucking anorexic all of a sudden. Yeah. Like, all those meds, just because they're not jacked up to, like, bodybuilder level where they're performing at this crazy amount, they're still performance-enhancing drugs. We just allow them.
Yeah, they didn't just, like, get a good night's sleep and a good breakfast and roll in that day.
No, man. Those motherfuckers are like a fine-tuned car. They adjust. They do blood work, like, on a fucking bi-daily basis. Yeah. They're constantly being measured, their blood work, and they have doctors that are on staff that all they do is watch their blood work to make sure everything is exactly where it needs to be. Yeah. So if you think performance enhancing drugs don't exist, you're fucking
they should absolutely be allowed. I think if you aren't willing to get that fucked up on PEDs, then you don't deserve to be a pro athlete.
Not to mention, man, like PEDs ultimately, people bitch about the well-being of athletes and say, like, watching pro athletes who, like, destroy their body through their life. You know what stops them from destroying their body? Things that help them recover faster, like performance-enhancing drugs. Exactly. You want to see a longer career, like a longer, better career out of an athlete? You let them do things like performance-enhancing drugs that allow their body to recover.
The best era of baseball was the steroid era. Yeah. Barry Bonds was crushing 500-foot fucking cock shots. Yeah. Right? With like one hand. Yeah. Yeah. Those were the days.
Yeah. I don't know. I think a well-managed performance-enhancing drug profile, it's not unhealthy. It's not like a bodybuilder taking 500-600 times physiologic dose of testosterone. Yeah. But like doubling their testosterone.
Probably a good thing.
Man, you're just building a stronger body.
Isn't that just what, like wealthy people are going to eventually be doing, is just taking all these hormones and shit so they can live
If I get wealthy, I promise you I will do performance enhancing drugs on a regular basis.
I'll do other drugs too, but specifically performance enhancing.
If I was wealthy enough right now, I would have an endocrinologist that I saw on a regular basis and I would manage my hormonal profile always. Yeah. I'll admit that to a fucking cop. Like, yes, if I had enough money, I would manage my hormonal profile always, and I promise you, if I started right now, by the time I'm 60, you'll be like, damn, Chris, you look so fucking young, man. You haven't aged since you were 30. And I'll be like, yeah, it's called drugs. There's drugs for your health. They're out there. All your hormonal profile. Yeah. Manage that shit. It's so fucking important. Like, guys who kill it in life and look sick their whole life and barely age, those dudes are just born with a weaponized hormonal profile. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's just, yeah.
They're just born with a fucking advantage.
The genetic lottery.
Yeah.
Guys like me and Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely look our age.
Seriously, though, look at DK Metcalf or Lamar Jackson from the NFL.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is what? At 19, he was like 235.
Yeah. At 19, I was like 135.
Yeah. 19 years old, I was like 180 pounds, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a fucking bitch. That dude was a tank. He won MVP at like 19 years old.
Damn.
That's fucking insane.
That's like weird. I almost brought it up earlier, but you remember being like 23 and like it kind of hitting you that you're not going to be a pro athlete anymore?
Yeah, you're like, I guess that opportunity's gone.
Well, you just wake up one day and you're like, damn, I'll never like play at a high level.
Never. No matter how much you try.
Yeah, like if I was going to play at a high level, I'd know like 8 years before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna know at 14.
These dudes start when they're like 10.
Yeah.
What's the oldest person to ever get drafted?
What do you mean?
Um,
There was a guy this week who played his very first MLB game at 37.
Really?
Yeah, he's just been kicking around in the minor leagues like his whole career, and he got called up for like one game at 37 years old. You can't be drafted that late, can you? Because you got to be in college.
Sixth round draft in 1951. Herb Hanna was drafted to the New York Giants. 29 and a half years old. Yeah.
Judging me like 28, like still getting in the draft, but not being picked. But like your friends are like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta
give it up.
up.
And he gets it next year, and you're like, all right.
You're getting none of that NFL money. None of it.
No, that's crazy.
29, that's like mid-career.
Dude, that's fucked. New York Giants got to get into football at that age?
Most guys have new knees by the time they're 29.
Yeah, like that's fucking crazy, actually.
Damn, don't give up. Let your dreams become your reality. You know, that's what an alpha male does.
What's the oldest person to get in the NHL? Woo!
How old?
Wow. 34 years old. Oh. Magnus Johansson got in the Blackhawks. 34 years old.
Damn. I recognize that name.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Do you think there's just like scouts like watching like really, really minor league shit?
There must be.
Like, because where do they even find this guy? He's not in the college programs.
No.
He's not in the OHL at 34.
That's what I don't understand.
It's like, where are you finding this guy? Is he just like playing pond hockey and just demoing people? And then they're like, okay, we got to check this guy out.
I don't understand where the fuck you would even find them.
Yeah, like just
what
like,
are they playing?
You're just
like
you're
somewhere.
a scout for the Blackhawks, and your like brother-in-law is like, my buddy's pretty good at hockey.
It must be, yeah.
It's gotta be some shit
and
like
yeah,
that.
like, oh, my buddy's really good. We play pickup, and then you go watch him, and you're like, this dude is fucking NHL level good. Like, why is he playing rec league?
Dusting this like outdoor pond hockey.
that Rocket Richard, man, that motherfucker was a full-time machinist.
Was he really?
He worked full-time as machinist, as well as being a pro hockey player.
Like he didn't quit the machinist job?
No.
Why not?
Well, I'm Maurice Richard. Maurice Richard, like, he was a machinist. He was also like a pack-a-day smoker.
Yeah, all the good athletes are.
Yeah, hold up. Let me look this up. Maurice Richard.
Smoking cigarettes, just so you people know, this is actually true, increases your testosterone output. That's a big deal.
He was a machinist and a shopkeeper.
Why didn't he quit? I mean, Maurice Richard, that's like the 30s, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty old.
Were they even getting paid to play back then?
I think, but it wasn't very much, so I think he had to work.
Yeah, the 30s seems like old-timey money.
Yeah, like where
like they weren't using dollars yet.
No. They're like, he's getting paid some garbage wage, and he plays pro hockey. And
he's getting paid via gold
he's considered
coins.
like one of the best of all time, right? Like he's up there with that list.
Okay.
But it's a different time. It's a different time.
You can say like the greatest of all time, but you got to really caveat it in like the greatest of all time since the 60s.
Yeah, for this time. That's the thing.
I mean?
Like Gretzky's record, never gonna get broken.
No. Because he's
Like-
recent enough that he is the greatest of all time, and there's no doubt.
Yeah, but no one's ever going to do that because the game's changed since then. Like,
Exactly.
Connor McDavid is probably better than Gretzky.
Ooh.
He's probably
That's
better.
a take.
He's probably better than Gretzky, but it's a different game.
Yeah.
It's a totally different game. It's like basketball. There's so many rules. There's so many rules that have changed, like official rules that have changed in basketball. LeBron's a different era from Jordan. LeBron's the best of this era,
Of all time.
possibly.
Of all time.
But Michael Jordan was the best of his time.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And before that, Wilt Chamberlain was the best of his time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm skipping a whole bunch of eras there, but you know what I mean? Like, they're very different
Larry
times
Bird.
in ball.
The greatest of all time.
No, Larry Bird.
Top 5?
Larry Bird's up there in the list, but I don't know where I'd put him. I'd have to sit down and really look at it. Larry Bird's fucking wicked, though. I loved watching The Farm Boy. Yeah.
Just a high IQ player.
Oh, my God.
I love
When I hear
sports
old
guys-
white dudes say that, I'm always like, bro, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
When they're like, they're talking about like black guys playing basketball, they're like aggressive, gets in their face.
Yeah.
Like,
Larry
street
Bird,
mentality.
high IQ, and it's like,
Yeah,
what
they
the
see
fuck?
a white dude, blue collar, hardworking,
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
student of the game.
Larry Bird and MJ were fucking had tons of the same qualities. They loved to shit talk on the court,
Yeah,
and they were fucking wicked smart at making plays.
Yeah.
Like, and
But-
just quick on the ball, you know?
I love it though.
And both of the, like, one thing I love about watching them back then, they don't see as much, they were a little riskier with, like, defensive plays. So you'd see Jordan, like, sneak up on people. Like, you see that he's being sneaky, and someone's, like, dribbling, and he just runs up behind him and grabs the ball and runs away. And you're like, what the fuck? That shit doesn't happen today. Nobody
No.
does that. You know?
Man, I love watching old basketball for a good old bounce pass.
yeah. A straight up double-handed
Chest.
bounce pass to your buddy. That shit does not happen. That's what I'm saying. It's a different
Yeah, I
game.
know.
That doesn't happen
Back in
anymore.
basketball, before you could dribble, you ever see that?
What?
Yeah, dribbling was invented because originally in basketball you weren't allowed to dribble. As soon as you caught the ball, you could pivot on one foot, but you couldn't like run with it. So guys started cheating it by being like, "Oh, I'm passing to myself and bouncing the ball."
No
off the
fucking way.
I'm not joking. That was the original rules for basketball. That's why dribbling came up. 'Cause
What,
they
you
were
just had to
passing-
pass constantly.
Yeah, you just had to pass someone or shoot. So like, "Oh, I'm passing to myself and then running with it and dribbling it." That's why they do that.
Okay, that makes sense. That's
But damn,
weird.
that's some old school basketball.
That
Back
is.
before it was a net, it was just like a basket.
basket?
So you had to like go
Hamilton,
up
Ontario, baby.
there. Woo!
That's where it
The
was
hammer.
invented. Don't forget, basketball is a fucking Canadian game.
Yeah.
Fuck off,
But like
United
a guy
States.
had to go up there with a ladder every time they scored. Like, get the ball.
Pull the ball back out.
What do you think about it though? Having a bottom that the ball could bounce off of would make it like an entirely different shot.
Well, it was also not a bouncy ball. It was like solid pigskin, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think,
Well,
yeah,
they weren't
it was.
intending on it being bounced.
No,
then,
it was like a ball full of shit, and then it was fucking this ball of leather, and it was
We
heavy
just
as
made
fuck,
the ball
man.
in like a medicine ball. Like we just
Yeah, it was
found
heavy
a
as
bunch
fuck.
of shit around here.
Yeah, stuffed it in a bunch of leather and made it a ball.
It's like my old pair of shoes. I just put it in like leather, and that's our ball.
That's a ball. I was gonna say, so I got some nature time.
Oh yes,
We are coming up on the end here. Fuck.
We are. We'll close it out on nature time. I like it.
Okay, so I told you last week I went to that thing for Earth Day and I got a poster, so I've been reading the poster a bunch.
Yeah.
Brown trout and rainbows are non-native. They're a non-native trout species to the like Thames River area.
Huh.
Yeah, I was really,
Where are they from?
I don't know.
The rainbow.
Like rainbow trout, I would imagine that rainbow trout must be an ocean fish then. What? An ocean fish. That ocean fish.
Dude, that's my favorite bit of all time.
That's Ralphie May, man. You've never heard that?
But
Rest in
in my
peace,
mind,
Ralphie
it's,
May.
in my mind, it's your bit.
No.
And it just, dude,
Ralphie
I
May.
laugh about this like every 3 days. Like someone's
The-
like,
all the
kids don't
chillins
get
in
the
the ocean.
chillins out the ocean.
Get these chillins out the ocean. Come on, baby. Get the chillins out the ocean.
As soon as someone says like, "Oh yeah, it's like the salmon we got in, it's Atlantic Ocean." I just like laugh. Oh, the salmons.
But that's what I think. Salmon, all different salmon species and rainbow trout are ocean migrating fish that come into fresh water.
Yes.
So they can survive in fresh water. But I think rainbow trout got introduced to the lakes to deal with... I think they got introduced to deal with, like, lamprey eels or something.
Oh, okay. Man, I love when people do this. It's my favorite thing.
They think it's a great idea to introduce a species.
Man, it's never gone wrong.
It's gone wrong almost every time.
Every single time. Zebra mussels? What the fuck did we bring those here for?
No, that was accidental. They came in on barge water.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so as the ships would come in the lake, they dump the water to, like, bring themselves back up because the lakes are calmer. They don't need to be as, like, sturdy in the water. Yeah. And it just saves gas. And so they dump barge water from the ocean. From the ocean. And zebra mussels would come flying out of there. Fucking dumb as shit. Just not careful at all. Like,
you put a net on it or something?
Yeah, like, you guys didn't think a screen would be a good idea? Something to filter the fucking water? Like, what if you suck in a baby shark? We've had bull sharks in the lake.
Yeah?
We've had bull sharks. I think we had a lemon shark in Lake Ontario once.
Damn.
Yeah. Because of that.
What are they? They're saltwater, though, are they not?
Lemon sharks, yeah, lemon shark died. But bull sharks can live in fresh water.
Damn. That's a terrifying thought.
Like, a small one got sucked up, or a couple of them got sucked up by barges, by ships.
Into their ballast or whatever?
Yeah, and then it lives in there for like a week.
Oh, damn. Eating the other fish that got sucked in.
And then fucking gets into the lake, and they dump it, and it goes flying out in the lake. And there was one, I think there was one in Lake Erie, and they had a couple in Lake Ontario. Damn. Bull sharks.
And are they like fucked up from living in the freshwater? Does it fuck them up a bit? Yeah, I feel like
really.
It would.
No.
Huh.
No, but they're quite aggressive. They bite people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've had them come up Mississippi, like, pretty far.
But I feel like you're used to that.
Not that far. Not all the way up to the lakes. That's a long way.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a long travel up the Mississippi, which is muddy as fuck.
I've been watching this guy online.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the king of the Everglades. That's what he calls himself.
Okay.
You know what the Everglades is, right?
Yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Just a fucking... It's like incredible the amount of dangerous animals. That live.
It's beautiful and like
it's beautiful.
One of the
it's
most
like
fucking
sort of
diverse
species
species areas.
Like alligators and snakes and a bunch of shit. He walks in there barefoot in the middle of the night.
What?
Just walks through the Everglades at night, filming it.
That's fucking
And he'll be
insane.
like just grabbing snakes off the ground, and they'll be like biting his arm, and he'll be like, "Oh, give me kisses," and then like throw him. And like he'll like have his video camera or whatever, and he'll be like pointing at his legs, and it's just like fucking mosquitoes. You know what I mean? Because it's the middle of the night and it's so much water. He's like walking through a cloud of mosquitoes, and he's like, "Oh, let's check on the alligators," and he'll like point at the lake in the middle of the night, and it's just eyes.
Yeah, a pile of eyes.
Just looking at him. And he's like, "How you doing tonight?" And then just keep going. He'll like grab baby alligators, like really little ones. He'll like pick them up and like, "How you doing?" Put them down.
I gotta look this guy up.
Yeah, I'll send you his videos. He's fucking nuts.
That's awesome.
Like, man, do you think the shit in the Everglades is like, no one fucks with us? And then they see this guy, and they're like, all right, we fuck with this guy.
This dude's fucked. Man, I see guys like that in Northern Ontario. That they'll go out in the bush in like what we're wearing, and they're covered. I saw a dude once covered in, and I've heard this I heard it from a buddy of mine just recently that he saw someone do this. Instead of like swatting at mosquitoes, just like arms covered in mosquitoes, just like, and just wipes them all off. Like hundreds of them. They just don't give a fuck. Or black flies. They just let black flies bite them.
The
just
big flies up there.
They take chunks out of you. I've come home before with like welts like this deep.
Yeah.
Like thick, huge lumps on me with a massive crater in the middle from flies.
I hate flies. I hate flies. I
hate getting
mosquitoes.
bit by stuff.
I know, because once you feel it, it's
too late.
You should let them go.
What do you mean?
Like, if you're getting bit by a mosquito, you should let it bite you, correct?
No.
Because I feel like when you smack them, you like jam them.
You keep tapping.
Sorry, I know it's the pinky ring. It's fucking ridiculous.
Pinky ring.
Pinky ring. They like jam their head into you. You know what I mean? Like if it's biting you and you smack
they
them
put a thing in that's like anticoagulant. That's what makes it itchy.
Yeah.
So when they bite, it's not from their head. It's as soon as they bite you, there's an anticoagulant that they spit into you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you let them go...
Nah, they don't pull that anticoagulant back out.
No. But there's probably still more in the mosquito than he put in me, right? So if you smack them, then you're leaving it all there, and all it leaks out.
Your best bet to not have a big welt is to let them bite, squeeze the area, pop them.
Oh!
Have you never done that?
No.
Or you can do it if you got them on your arm or something, on your leg. You just squeeze the area and fill it full of blood, and and you will fill them and explode them. And that pushes out most of the anticoagulant, which is what gives you the itchy mosquito bite.
I fucking hate mosquitoes, man.
Yeah, me too.
It's my least favorite, and you'll hear them.
Yeah, it fucking drives me nuts. I usually when I go up north, like people are like, "Don't use DEET, it's cancerous." I'm like, "Don't give a fuck," and I will just coat my head because I don't care so much if they're on my arms and legs. I hate them on my face and my neck. So I will coat and spray it in my face, coat myself and spray my hat.
Yeah, the hat's a big one.
Douse my hat in it and put it on, and I'm like, yeah, fuck right off.
Yeah, mosquito repellent's a must.
Yeah.
Do you know what the worst mosquito bite is?
What?
Just under your hairline, so your hat sits on it. And when you sweat, it stings it.
Drives me fucking insane. Or I hate getting them in the bottom of the neck.
Yeah.
Right there, and you're like...
And then there's always some dickhead, and if this is you, stop, who's like, itching it makes it worse.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I know.
I know it does.
It's itchy.
The fact that I'm itching it is because I'm losing my sanity. Okay? Because all I can think about is how itchy I am.
Yeah.
Oh,
drives me fucking insane.
Bugs, man.
I was gonna say though, I had another thing for Nature Time.
I remember in grade school, there was always the lessons about how much it sucks in Africa. I'm sure you've had these lessons.
Yeah.
And we're and it was kind of guilt trippy. They'd be like, "Look how bad it is.
Yeah.
Aren't you happy?"
Yeah.
And be like, okay.
It's terrible. They have to have malaria medication.
Yeah, I know. And then everyone's like, "Well, what do we do about it?" They're like, "Nothing. Just enjoy your life here."
Yeah. Don't they have a natural resistance to malaria there though?
I think it's building. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Because they deal with it so much.
Malaria is top 3 killer of humans ever.
So I actually saw a TED Talk that was about mosquitoes. The guy starts out by being like, "What do you think the most lethal animal in existence is?"
100% it's got to be mosquitoes.
It's mosquitoes by a landslide. He goes through, he's like, how many people are killed by sharks each year? How many people are killed by tigers? And he talks about all these ferocious animals. He goes, it's something like 400,000 people a year die directly from mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And
they're fucked.
It is a fucking gigantic death toll.
Yeah, because 1, there's West Nile. 2, they can transfer HIV.
Yeah, which is fucked. And
3, kids... babies and shit.
Yeah.
If they are if they get left out of the mosquito net overnight or whatever, and they get stung too many times, their immune systems can't take it, and they just die.
Them. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up. A lot of people die from mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're gotta be. But anyways, these guys in Africa, they're this is how they make hamburgers in Africa, and it's just a guy with a pan, and he's just swatting it through mosquitoes. And he was doing that until the pan was just full of dead mosquitoes from the swat, and then they formed them into patties and fried them.
No fucking way.
I know. And I was like, dude, this can't be real.
That's not real. That's not real. I've seen Africans hunt shit. Okay?
Yeah, I know. Also,
let me tell you, they're good at hunting.
The thing, it's a European and North American thing to assume Africa is one place and not a giant continent with tons of different temperature
I always
zones
love that. Yeah, they're like in Africa, it's in the whole of Africa is this one thing.
Yeah, it's mud huts.
Yeah,
and tigers.
No, man.
No.
You look at fucking outside of Johannesburg in South Africa, and it's tropics. They live on the beach.
Yeah, there's Johannesburg. There's Egypt.
Yeah,
Morocco.
you go to
Ethiopia.
Go to fucking Lagos. Lagos is totally different. Or Egypt.
Yeah.
Fucking, you go to Zimbabwe. It's one of the most fertile places
the
on
Congo.
earth. The Congo, yeah. Yeah, and
you
they're
tell
like,
me-
no, the whole thing is savanna and mud huts. Like, no, it's not.
Did you tell me about the giant snake in the Congo? Did we talk about this?
We might have talked about it. You tell
The
me.
like 100-foot long snake?
Really? That's cool.
Well, it's like... So I guess there's a certain spot in the Congo that doesn't have snakes.
Okay.
For some reason, it's just they don't have snakes there. But I guess in like the 50s, there was like a pilot doing a supply drop run. And him and 2 people on the plane corroborated this story that what they thought was a giant tree that had fallen down. They swooped down lower to get a look at it, but it was moving, and they said it was a snake, and they said they were flying over it, and it was at least 100 feet long, and it lunged up at the plane to try and bite it.
Bullshit.
There were 3 people corroborated this story.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the green space guy that flew over Antarctica you were talking about.
They have video footage of that, though.
Yeah?
There's you can look that shit up. There's tons of video footage of it's like minus 40, and then they get to a spot and there's like open freshwater lakes that have no ice. And it's minus 40 around. And they fly and suddenly like the plane jumps because it's hot.
Yeah.
It's like
Maybe
warm.
there's a smaller sun that just sits underneath the Earth.
a star. You think there's a tiny star
there's a tiny
inside
star.
the southern point of the Earth?
No, not inside the Earth. That'd be silly.
That would be silly.
Locked in a geostable orbit just over the center of Antarctica. Very, very small.
Geostable. Are we sure on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geostationary. That's the word.
Geostationary?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a fucking word,
Sure.
dickhead.
All right.
Geostationary. How do you think satellites work?
Are they geostationary?
They are. They orbit at a certain distance, so they say pointed at the same point of the Earth at all times.
Always. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Great job. I learned something.
Yeah, you did learn something today. Yeah, we mean sure about
I
that.
think you're
You sure
smart.
about it?
I've never doubted your
You
intelligence.
do all the time.
I never do. I question it to get you to explain yourself,
That's
but I
probably a
don't
good
doubt
goal.
it.
That's
Yeah,
probably
it's a good thing. It's positive.
You stay reasonable and you keep me doubting.
I do keep you doubting.
I
Yes.
keep you doubting as
You
well.
keep me doubting as well.
Yeah.
That's cool though. Maybe.
Maybe.
I think we would have noticed
Or
a
maybe it's
star.
Yeah, they're bright.
Yeah, they are pretty bright.
Hot.
Quite warm.
Maybe it's like a hot spring scenario.
That's kind of what I'm thinking is that the crust maybe is really thin in that spot, so the mantle's much closer to the surface, and then you have like a hot spot on Earth.
Right? You know how the Earth fucking rotates, right?
Yeah.
Right? Centrifugal force would push things to the outer, right?
Oh, so at the equator, the crust is thicker?
So at the equator, the crust is thicker because shit gets pushed out that way. The Earth isn't perfectly round. It bulges in the middle because of this force.
Yeah, but it also has gravitational pull that centers it.
Yeah, but it's more so.
We should interview a scientist.
We should talk to someone who knows what they're talking
we should interview a scientist who can explain these things. Because we have no
What
fucking clue.
scientist do we
This is
know?
what I was saying, the reasonable discourse.
Do you know a scientist? Actually, you do.
I know a bunch, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have friends of mine that are like
The one that
very
went
well
up to
respected.
Nineveh?
Yeah,
know
he
him?
lives in New Zealand now.
Yeah,
He just moved to New Zealand.
I worked
one
with
of my
one
best
of his
friends.
frat brothers.
Huh?
Toboggan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew. I was like, oh yeah, I know you from fucking parties at the house.
Brian's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Alpha Chi.
Yeah.
That for-
no, Cap Alpha.
Wow, you're not supposed to say it
Why not?
because frats are dangerous people. You don't want to get on the
So
wrong
not a
side.
frat, it's a literary society. Shut the fuck up.
They are the nerdiest frat I've ever
They're
seen.
great. I love those guys.
Yeah.
That's an amazing fraternity.
You gotta be careful when you talk about fraternities. They're like motorcycle gangs or like the mafia.
Not these ones.
Not any.
I'll
of
take the
them, dude.
whole fucking frat. One go.
It's like a thought that's been in every man's head when you walk into a room. You're like, how many of these dudes could I dummy before I get stopped? Usually it's like one.
One or two.
Two if like there's two real small guys
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Bam! And then someone else jacks you, and you're like, whoa! Okay.
And then you get shot.
Yeah. All right. I actually do think we should interview someone though.
We should.
We've
If
been
you're-
talking about the reasonable discourse as like a separate episode segment where it's us doing serious interviews. If you think it would be a good idea to be informed about these things and we should interview a scientist,
Yeah, for
tell
sure.
us.
Yeah, and if you're a smart person, talk to us.
Yeah, actually, if you know someone that would be willing to talk to
no
us.
smart people listen to this show, but if you know somebody,
if
you
you know
retards,
someone.
if you know somebody, oh, you fucking morons.
No, I think we have some really smart listeners.
Yeah, probably.
We actually do. I know some people that listen to the show.
Maybe not smart, but with taste.
No, I know guys who listen to the podcast that are way smarter than us.
What the fuck are you doing, guys?
Yeah, it's because we're funny.
I guess.
There's no gym for funniness.
There is no gym for funny. I work out at the library. Thank you very much.
All right, folks. Thank you very much for listening. Episode 65. We
Episode
appreciate
65
the
in the
support.
bag with Big Stiff Griff.
Stiff Griff the Biff, baby.
95.
Wow, okay.
Year he
Anyway.
was born.
All right, stay reasonable.
Keep doubting. I love you all so much.
Have a great night, folks. Thank you. Have a great day, lunch, whatever you're doing.
Mwah.